A Scots woman found dead alongside her husband was most likely killed by him, as he botched a staged burglary at their home, detectives probing their deaths have claimed. Dawn Searle, who was originally from Musselburgh, West Lothian, moved to Les Pesquies near Toulouse 10 years ago with her husband Andrew. The couple's lifeless bodies were found by a neighbour on February 6th, after they hadn't been seen walking their dogs. Now, detectives have claimed Andrew likely killed Dawn during a botched staged burglary before taking his own life. Mrs. Searle's body was found outside the home. She had suffered a head injury and there was jewellery scattered around her. Mr. Searle, who was a former financial investigator, was found dead inside the house. Initially, it was believed the woman had tried to run away from an attacker before she was battered to death. This theory was supported by the fact cupboards and drawers were discovered open, with furniture upended. However, sources have now issued a new update. They say that if Mrs. Searle was killed in the garden, neighbours would have likely heard the commotion. An investigator said the noise of screams would have carried. In fact, nobody heard anything. What is very likely is that the victim was killed inside the house, with the doors and windows shut on a winter's night, and then her body dumped in the garden. Nicholas Rigaud-Muller, the prosecutor for the case, has said a marital crime followed by a suicide is likely, claiming Mr. Searle may have hoped he could explain the crime to the police by organising a staged burglary before changing his mind and taking his own life. No arrests have been made in connection with the couple's deaths, and nobody has come forward despite public appeals made by the police. Interestingly, the results of a post-mortem examination showed there were no defensive wounds on Mr. Searle, and forensic evidence didn't show any suggestion someone else was in the home or touched the man or his wife.